How much do you know about the Czech Republic? Well, brimming with history and natural beauty, the Czech Republic is home to over 2,000 castles, plenty of UNESCO World Heritage Sites, awesome national parks, stunning small towns, and an epic skyline full of medieval bridges, towers, and spires everywhere. While most tourists prefer to visit Prague, the country has much more to offer. Today, in this video, I will tell you about the top 10 places in the Czech Republic to visit. But before we begin, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications to never miss any updates. You will find some travel tips in the description. Number 1. Prague. Prague is a city full of architectural magic. Throughout the capital of the Czech Republic, you'll see Baroque palaces and Gothic cathedrals that mingle with Cubist and Art Nouveau buildings. Prague's dancing house represents the modern steel and glass architecture, while its 600-year-old astronomical clock is one of the most impressive structures in the Old Town. Some of the best views of Prague are actually from the top. These include the medieval tower of the Charles Bridge and the tower of the Old Town Hall above the main square, which in winter offer a view of the red roofs and the main Christmas market. There's also the view from the 9th century Prague Castle, perched on a hill, and, according to Guinness World Records, is the largest castle complex in the world. Prague is a cultural and historical center and is home to over 100 museums, including the museum dedicated to the local writer Franz Kafka, the National Museum with a collection of over 14 million objects, and the unique Museum of Communism. The 12th century Strahav Library is considered one of the most beautiful libraries in the world and must not be missed. Number 2. Český Krumlov. Český Krumlov is a smaller, more intimate version of the Czech capital and a great base from where you can explore the south of the country. The old town of the city with its cobblestone streets and art shops can be discovered wonderfully on foot. Český Krumlov Castle is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and one of the highlights of the city. But it is the castle tower and its stunning views over the city that attract the most visitors. It is home to the only Baroque theater in the Czech Republic. It was built in 1682 and still preserves all the original mechanical stage parts and decorations. There are only 2 public appearances per year. In summer, visitors also come to Český Krumlov for water fun, especially for rafting and tubing on the Vltava River. Just 30 kilometers from the city is the Gothic Baroque Castle Ljubočan a Vltavu, considered one of the most beautiful castles in the country. Number 3. Karlovy Vary. Karlovy Vary has been a spa city since the 19th century and is home to many hot springs to which healing properties are attributed. Spas and wellness centers are plentiful here, offering everything from classic massages to cupping to spas. Colorful neo-Baroque and neo-Renaissance buildings give Karlovy Vary a unique architectural appearance. The Moser Museum, which is dedicated to the famous Czech glass-making tradition, should not be missed. The Karlovy Vary International Film Festival, held every summer since 1946, attracts Hollywood stars and over 100,000 film lovers every year. The 5-day festival shows over 200 films from all over the world. Just 13 kilometers from Karlovy Vary is the 12th century Lok nad Ori Castle, which is worth a visit due to its turbulent history and served as a prison for 2 centuries. Visitors can tour the castle to see original residences, a huge collection of porcelain and firearms, and an iron meteorite that fell on the village in the 14th century. Number 4. Kutná Hora. Most visitors arriving in Kutná Hora visit the Ossuary of Sedlec, a Baroque chapel decorated with the bones of over 40,000 people who died during the Black Death and Hussite Wars in the 14th and 15th centuries. The nearby St. Barbara's Church is a Gothic masterpiece and a UNESCO World Heritage Site that is also worth a visit. Kutná Hora was once a thriving silver mining and processing area and is now home to some historic sites that preserve this royal past. Visitors can venture into a medieval mine or visit a mining museum that recreates the life of miners in the 17th to 19th centuries. The nearby Italian court palace once served as a royal coinage center and is now a museum of coinage. Visitors can mint their own coins to take home and visit the royal chapel in the palace. Number 5. Bohemian Switzerland National Park. Sandstone mountains, rock labyrinths, and deep valleys and canyons make Bohemian Switzerland one of the most stunning natural destinations in the country. The park is best known for being home to Pravsika, the biggest sandstone rock arch in Europe at 16 meters tall and almost 27 meters wide. The park is located right past Sachsen, Switzerland National Park in Germany. Among the other big attractions in Bohemian Switzerland National Park are the gorges of the Camenis River, where a ferryman will row you away from among the narrow sandstone passageways and next to waterfalls. Number 6. Leipzig. The fifth largest city in the country is better known for the 94-meter-high Jess Tower, which sits perched on the mountain of the same name. The concrete tower was originally intended to be just a television station, but today it also houses a hotel and a restaurant. Adventurous travelers can hike up the tower, but it's also possible to ride the cable car to the top of the hill. Once here, you will be rewarded with a breathtaking unobstructed view over the Lusatian Mountains. In winter, the hills around the tower turn into over 9 kilometers of slopes for skiing and snowboarding. Number 7. Spindler-Övnlin. Spindler-Övnlin is a ski resort in winter and a hiking paradise the rest of the year. It is close to the giant mountains and the national park. Spindler-Övnlin is the most important winter sports center in the country with 11 ski lifts and 25 ski slopes for all levels of difficulty. Non-skiers can try cross-country skiing, snow tubing, snowboarding, or ice climbing at a frozen waterfall. Summer guests can try a 120-meter zip line over the Lapska Dam, explore the bike paths, or explore the hundreds of miles of hiking trails that run through the area. Number 8. Karlsten Castle. Originally built in 1348 under the direction of the Bohemian king and Roman Emperor Charles IV, Karlsten Castle is unique among the country's many castles and palaces, as it was founded as a place to store the king's royal treasures, including holy relics and coronation jewels from the Roman Empire. Although reconstructed in the late 19th century, the castle, faithfully renovated by Czech architect Josef Macher in the purest neo-Gothic style, has retained its fairy-tale charm and is now one of the most visited castles in the country. Number 9. Telk. The small town of Telk is best known for its UNESCO World Heritage listed town square, a mix of colorful Renaissance and Baroque houses with high gables and sgraffitis line the square here. Telk was once a medieval water fortress surrounded by moats and gates. Although none of this is preserved today, there are still fish ponds around the castle at the end of the square. The castle is located where the original Gothic castle once stood and can only be entered as part of a guided tour. On the castle grounds, there is a local history museum and a magnificent chapel. Back in the square, visitors can climb the tower of the nearby Church of the Holy Spirit for a magnificent view over the fairytale rooftops. An even more magical view of Telk can be enjoyed from the outskirts of the city, where the 34-meter-high Stilas Lednes observation tower offers a view of the city. Number 10. Holasavas. This small historic village in the country consists of 17 Baroque farms with over 100 buildings. The original buildings near the protected Blansky Forest date back to the 12th century, although most were reconstructed in the 18th and 19th centuries. While the place looks a lot like an open-air museum, the farms are permanently inhabited, although some of the buildings have been set up as cultural attractions. In addition to the farms, there is also a blacksmith's shop and a small chapel. In April, a large building of the Maple Festival is celebrated here, and in July an Old Bohemian Fair is held in the village. That's all for today's video, and thanks for watching it. Let me know in the comments below if you think I missed a place that should have been added to this list. You will find some travel tips in the description. See you next time.